where...
Tony Vaccaro was only 20 when he came ashore at Normandy during the Second World War, an infantryman with a rifle in one hand and a camera in the other.
This is a camera that I went through the war. You cocked it, film is inside, and you see?
Tony Vaccaro wanted to work as a photographer at the U.S. Army Signal Corps, but he was rejected because he was deemed too young. But he did it anyway.
Well, the fact that you couldn't take pictures unless you were an official photographer. There I am taking pictures. I was fortunate to meet some of the officers that helped me as a soldier instead of punishing me like they would have done with a regular soldier.
His camera documented the war in France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany. 272 days of fighting and photographing everything he saw. He was wounded twice. Today, working with his young helper, Vaccaro is busy digitizing his archives. The two put down everything Vaccaro remembers about each shot. This one shows Christmas packages that arrived for soldiers from home, but were never delivered because the addressees had died. And this one documented the last seconds before tragic death.
God, this is awful. His skin is burning. You see, because he was filled with gasoline. He was saying mutter, mutter, 3-4 times, and then no more. I had lost my mother and father when I was 4 or 5 years old, so for me, mutter meant a lot. And this was his last breathing, and this was his family things that I saw, what he had in this pocket.
For Vaccaro, these young men were not soldiers. They were just men, lost, confused, and afraid, human.
We are not Italians, we are not Russians. We are all humans. Humanity is losing the war, and countries are winning. I want to destroy the nations and make the whole world human. The earth is for humans, not for Russians, Italians, and Spanish. Do you understand?
Vaccaro never hid his archives, but he says he never felt the need to make them public. His first pictures were published some 50 years after the war ended. Many wondered, how did he manage to document the war? Where did he get the film? And how did he find a way to preserve it all?
When we advanced, we usually stayed in a town, and I would become acquainted with the owner of the shop. So I would use my helmet, and then 3 of my friends, 4 helmets, chemical, water. So you need 4 helmets to develop properly.
After the war, he continued taking pictures and worked for magazines, doing what he says he could to show people that the world, however scarred by war, was still beautiful. For Anna Nelson in New York, Anna Rice, WWII News.